Tell me who you are, what year and make and model. And
Yeah, I'm Tom. This is my wife, Laura. We're rolling in a 1977 Volkswagen bus. It's a Westfalia model, the pop top. We're rolling down from Wisconsin down to enjoy some nice temperature and some sunburn and sand in our underwear, you know, stuff like that. But this bus is it's been with us for 33 years now.
wow.
And pretty much is what you see is what it was. You know, we've done some upgrades and sure taking care of it. It's taken us on some great adventures, some great travels, met lots of unbelievable people, Mona included. And one really fun part about this trip, we're gonna meet the original owners of our bus
Wow.
on Sanibel Island.
That is awesome.
So when we bought it, the first year that we went camping with our kids that were 5 and 7 years old, we bumped into them in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And he was certain that this was his bus because he had installed these brackets that they carried 2 canoes on top of the bus. So he was certain that this was his, and sure enough, it was his. So we camped with him and had a campfire and dinner and got to meet him, and I still remembered his name. And about a month ago, I looked him up on Facebook. There he was. Sent him a big long note, showed him a picture. We still have it, and we're thinking of going on this trip to Florida. And he goes, "Oh my goodness, we go to Sanibel every year. You'll have to come by." So he's going to get to see his bus 33 years after we've ran
Wow.
into them.
That's
in
an
Florida.
awesome. That's an awesome story.
So anyway, I mean, we travel simple. You know, we just have a little plug-in refrigerator.
My pantry.
This is our food pantry. We got a little kitchen unit here. We've got a Coleman stove. Laura's porta potties back there. We've got onboard power inverter, so we can, you know, charge phones and do a hot pot. The greatest thing is, though, we've got a crock pot, and while we're driving, we can put a chicken breast and rice or rice and beans, or we can cook lunch while we're driving.
That's a good idea.
So wonderful.
And it's thanks to our friend Kevin who wired a lot of our power in this bus.
I'm assuming it's running off your alternator as you're driving.
It's back here.
It's
We have
back
an
there.
extra battery.
Yeah, that's
Everything's
right.
back there.
We have 2 batteries, though.
2 batteries.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does this make down into a bed?
This is our bed.
Mhm.
We took out the top bunk for this trip because there's storage up here that way.
Yep.
And then plus in the cold of Illinois coming south, you know, snuggling was kind of nice. It's getting hot now, but
It's like, move over.
move over.
I knew I brought you along for
Yeah.
a reason.
Anyway, we're kind of messy here, but you know, we kind of know where everything is, and of
Well,
course, we brought too much stuff.
Everybody does
You
that.
know, we know that.
Everybody.
But you never know what you need.
And that's the reason I lived in mine for 2 years. Then I decided what I needed and what I didn't need and where I needed it to go. And then I did a build from there.
Yep. If we
Yeah.
do a trip similar to this next winter,
Half the stuff.
we'll probably have
half the
of it.
material, half the things, you know. Just,
Yeah.
And you learn.
You do.
You
You learn what you
But
need and what you don't need.
We met great people and have had great hosts, including a distillery in Georgia.
Nice.
We camped in their property and enjoyed some moonshine, or as she calls it, got our shine on. And where else? Anyway, we could wrap it up. It's probably...
So how do you find places to camp?
well, coming down here, I used an app called Van Alert, and Van Alert is was set up typically to alert other Volkswagen owners when vehicles got stolen.
Oh,
That was a big thing out on
that's
the
a
West
big
Coast.
thing. Yeah.
And so they would post up a picture, and then everybody that was involved in Volkswagens in some way would keep an eye out for this stolen vehicle. And so that's how it started, and it has evolved. They've done a really nice job in cataloging the van and bus repair shops. Are all
Nice.
listed. If you break down and you need a tow to get somewhere for someone that knows how to work on these. Although these old buses, you become the best mechanic
Yeah.
of these old vehicles. But then they've also branched out to camping spots and we call it driveway camping. So people that own these will open up their property to fellow Volkswagen travelers. And so we stayed the first night, second night, third night was at the distillery. That wasn't a Van Alert contact. But then last night, so 4 of our 5 nights have been at Van Alert members driveway camping.
Nice.
And you get to meet fellow, like-minded Volkswagen people and see how many old Volkswagens they have and compare notes and, just the whole bit. It's just a wonderful community, and I'm sure, horse people have got communities.
Yep.
Harley motorcycle guys have got, and gals have got communities. I mean, it's like that, only old Volkswagens.
That is nice.
Yeah, pretty fun.
That is nice.
Pretty fun.
And I'm going to walk around, and I see you have an Instagram
page is the Serenity Now Project. And
And,
yes, of course, it's a Seinfeld takeoff because my therapist says, just yell, Serenity Now! when I need to calm down.
Or for me, it's a reminder when we break down, serenity now. You are fine.
Because we have everything
We
here.
have everything we need.
Yes.
We've got food and a place to sleep, and everything will be okay.
Yeah, everything's okay. And you can probably work on this thing a little bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I need a lending hand, but for the most part, I take care of as much of it as I can.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we're not fast. We're awfully slow. A lot of people, we let people, wave them around, go around.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I do the back roads.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I get 2 or 3 cars behind me, I'll pull over and let them go by, because I may need to stop quick to see something.
It's the journey, it's not the destination.
Exactly.
So awesome. Very good. Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate y'all doing the interview for my YouTube channel.
You bet.
And
you bet. Follow her.
yeah, thank you.
Giddy up.